Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick peek outside our weather window. And I'll tell you what, a lot different day than we expected today. Winds did come up at times today, but nothing like we thought we'd see when we got together last night. We thought we'd see maybe 20 to 30 mile an hour winds with gusts to around 40 miles an hour. It just didn't happen that way, at least up until this news time. But we did see very warm temperatures. In fact, almost record-setting high temperatures out there. But look at this beautiful shot from Jump Off Ridge, looking down at the Wenatchee Valley in the left center of your screen. That's Wenatchee Heights area and our cross camera that we show you lots of shots from as well. But what a beautiful day today with those clouds and temperatures in the upper 60s to near 70s. But that's all going to come to an end this weekend. Our wind direction will switch to the north, and we all know what that means. Much cooler air moving in, and we will see winds maybe 10 to 15 miles an hour tomorrow. You're going to feel the cooler air tomorrow, and then especially as we get into Sunday and the first part of next week, where high temperatures won't get out of the 40s next week, and we'll talk much more about that coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A semi tipped over on the Vantage Bridge on Interstate 90 Thursday afternoon, spilling its cargo of apples and closing both directions of the interstate for several hours. A drunken driver who plowed through an orchard near Monitor last April earned a 3-month sentence of electric home monitoring this week. And Douglas County officials will move into the new Law and Justice Center in East Wenatchee next month. But first, we'll give the public a chance to tour that new facility. But first, we begin tonight. The Douglas County Courthouse in Waterville remained closed today after a white powdery substance was discovered in a returned mail-in ballot on Thursday afternoon. NCWLIFE Jefferson Robbins was on the scene last night and has this report.
On the second floor of the Douglas County Courthouse, an election staffer discovered white powder inside a ballot envelope that had been opened for counting. That exposure, which was reported about 4:17 p.m. Thursday, led Douglas County Sheriff's deputies and firefighters to shut down the courthouse complex and evacuate the workers inside.
We had one worker that was directly exposed to the white substance, or the white powder, and we had 3 other workers in the same room with secondary exposures.
All 4 people were taken to Central Washington Hospital, but none of them showed signs of illness. State Patrol bomb experts later found the powder was non-toxic. Neighbors were asked to shelter in place until about 9:30 p.m. County commissioners kept the courthouse closed Friday while the scene is investigated. Jefferson Robbins, NCWLIFE.
A semi tipped over on the Vantage Bridge on Interstate 90 yesterday afternoon, spilling its cargo of apples and closing the road both directions for several hours. The Washington State Patrol says 73-year-old Vladimir Kolyusev of Tacoma was driving westbound about 3:30 p.m. when he failed to negotiate a curve. The semi hit the center Jersey barrier before rolling and blocking both directions of traffic. Several motorists were stuck behind the wreck for hours as the apples and fuel were cleared, while others were routed through Wenatchee or through Yakima. I-90 was reopened shortly before midnight. Kolyusev, who suffered minor injuries, was cited for speeding. Well, a drunken driver who plowed through an orchard near Monitor last April earned a 3-month sentence of electronic home monitoring this week. Wade Aaron Lindsay, who's 26 years old, pleaded Wednesday to charges of DUI and malicious mischief. Lindsay's car destroyed at least 1 fruit tree and nearly struck an orchard worker. His blood alcohol content was 10 points above the legal limit. Douglas County officials will move into the new Law and Justice Center in East Wenatchee next month, but first we'll give the public a chance to tour the facility on 19th Street. The almost 18,000 square foot building will replace the county's current Law and Justice Center. That's on 2nd Street, and then house the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, District Court, and Probation Services. Employees will move in Tuesday, November 5th, but on Monday, November 4th at 2 p.m., there will be a ribbon cutting with self-guided tours to follow. Construction of the building cost about $8 million. Well, coming up next, Lewis and Clark Elementary Principal Alfonso Lopez was honored this week in Washington, D.C. as part of the National Distinguished Principal of the Year program. The city of Chelan appears poised to finalize the purchase of 9.8 acres of lakefront property on Spader Bay. And a contractor for Chelan County began replacing a faulty storm water pipe in South Wenatchee this week near a pair of sinkholes. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
At some point, we realized that value and practicality go hand in hand. A time when an unnoticed accumulation of items has become burdensome. These possessions still have value, but now lack usefulness. Donate your unwanted items to Goodwill and become a job creator. Your donations allow Goodwill to provide much-needed training to job seekers in our community, and that's pretty useful for everyone. Be a job creator. Donate. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales,
where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
Some jobs are a calling. They require something deeper, an innate devotion to the communities in which we live. At GISA Credit Union, we help you support local firefighters. With every purchase you make with a GISA Local Heroes Affinity debit card, we make a donation to select firefighter organizations. After all, we can never repay them, but we can do our best to help a little with the GISA Firefighters Affinity debit card.
Welcome back. In another news, Lewis and Clark Elementary Principal Alfonso Lopez was honored this week in Washington, D.C. as part of the National Distinguished Principal of the Year program. Lopez this year was named Washington State's Principal of the Year, and he joined principals from the other 49 states and 2 countries for the event. He later met with U.S. Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos and discussed his Wenatchee School's dual language program. He also invited DeVos to visit Lewis and Clark Elementary the next time she's visiting our state. Well, the city of Chelan appears poised to finalize the purchase of 9.8 acres of lakefront property on Spader Bay. Back in September, the City Council agreed to spend $400,000 for the property as part of its commitment to protecting and improving public access to lakefront property. But citizen opposition to the purchase at that meeting led the council to hold a town hall earlier this month before finalizing the purchase. At 4 p.m. on November 5th, the council will have a budget workshop where it's likely to approve that purchase. Well, a contractor for Chelan County began replacing a faulty storm water pipe in South Wenatchee this week near a pair of sinkholes. The work, which is expected to last into mid-November, involves installing 5 catch basins and 650 feet of 42-inch culvert. The problem with the pipe became apparent back in July when a big sinkhole forced the closure of a portion of South Wenatchee Road near Boudry Street. A second sinkhole appeared in September just north of the first. The county had already planned to replace the storm water pipe, but the sinkholes pushed up the timeline for that project. There will be some detours and street closures during that work. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Mary Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Mary Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
If you want to work in IT, here's a tip. Employers value IT certifications. 91% say they play a key role in hiring. 72% require them for certain job openings. Improve your odds of getting the job. Enroll in the Computer Networking Systems program at Charter College. In 14 months, you could earn an associate degree and 6 IT certifications. Get started at chartercollege.edu/IT, where we work to get you to work.
People are really skeptical of our industry. They have been sold products, they have been sold policies they either don't need, don't understand, confusing. I understand that. We are more about the process and the people. Our SFG roadmap is designed to take care of all of those concerns. For those that have questions about their retirement, we would love the opportunity to sit down and chat with you.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, Pucks and Paws, a big annual fundraiser for the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, is coming up next week at the Town Toyota Center. NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson checked in with the Humane Society to get all the details.
Hey guys, Megan here with the NCWLIFE channel. We're here with Renee Parkins, the Development Officer of the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. And Renee, what is happening Friday, November 1st?
So it's going to be a fun time with the Wenatchee Wild. It's Pucks and Paws night. Puck drop is at 7:05. Doors open at 6. And for anybody that purchases a ticket from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society website, so www.wenatcheehumane.org, or from our Facebook page, the Wenatchee Wild will donate $5 for every single ticket purchased through that link back to the shelter. So we're gonna be there. We're going to have vendors that are dog related on the concourse. There'll be giveaways. We're gonna have a dog parade with adoptable dogs, and people can actually bring their own dogs to have fun and celebrate the night too.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's also Walt's birthday, so that's going to be a really fun celebration. He's the Valley's favorite mascot, and he is asking in lieu of gifts that people bring supplies for the shelter. So the wish list is actually posted on our Facebook event, so if somebody's interested in donating to Walt's birthday fund, they can go there and do that. So we hope everybody comes out and has a howling good time with us in the Wenatchee Wild on November 1st.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to those details, what a beautiful shot outside our weather window this afternoon. It's a shot from Jump Off Ridge. Right here is Wenatchee Heights in our cross camera in here somewhere. But you can see East Wenatchee this direction, Wenatchee over here. Just a few clouds out there today, but as advertised, that wind did come up this afternoon, and we are seeing lots of wind. In fact, we had reports of a tree on a house up in Leavenworth that fell on a house because of the wind, and a wind also knocked a tree onto a car here in the Wenatchee area. So wind is blowing. We'll see some tree limbs probably break off because of this wind, and maybe even some isolated power outages. So keep that in mind as we make our way through the evening. But high temperatures today, almost record setting, and it still might be 69. That's going to tie our record from back in 1987. That's unofficial, and that may even be higher than that before we get done with our temperatures today. 56 is where we should be for this time of year. So that temperature, it jumped up way more than we thought it would today. About 57 was the forecast high. 39 is where we started our day, right in the ballpark to where we should be at 38 degrees. Record low, 27, set back in 2002. Record highs, I mentioned 69. We're there. That was set in 1987. Record low, 27 in 2002. Our precipitation still sitting at 6.39 inches, and that's from January 1st. Sunrise this morning at 7:34, and the sun will set tonight at 5:55. Let's take a look now at how our Saturday shapes up and how we get into the upcoming weekend. We will see a cool down. We talked about it at the beginning of the newscast. Our winds are going to switch direction to out of the north, and that will make for a little bit cooler day. 57 in both Ephrata and Moses Lake, 56 for Quincy and Wenatchee. Also you folks in Cashmere, 55 in Eniat and Chelan, and 54 your Saturday afternoon high temperature up in Omak. Taking a look at our surface loop now, beginning with tonight, we will still see some windy conditions as we make our way through the evening. Mostly clear, and most of those winds right through the central part of Washington State, all rotating around this huge area of high pressure that's off the coast of British Columbia and the Pacific Northwest. As we move into the upcoming weekend, sunny skies, breezy conditions. We'll see a northwest wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, and you can see the reds and purples. They're still out there. That means some very strong winds in places. breezes. Sunday, light wind, but we will see much, much cooler temperatures. You can see the arrows coming right down from the north, and that will drag a lot of this Canadian air down into the Wenatchee Valley, and even a little bit chillier as we get into Monday, but seasonal though, because our temperatures for highs, our normal highs by the first part of next week, will be down into the lower 50s. By Tuesday though, we're not even going to see 50 degrees. It will be very cool as a northerly flow continues and a big trough of low pressure all throughout the western and central United States. This blue is 30-degree temperatures, and that's all we're going to see throughout most of the west on Tuesday. Same goes for Wednesday as that trough digs even farther south. The good news for us, we're on the edge of that trough in an area of high pressure, so we're not going to be as cold. And then by Thursday, sunshine, slightly warmer with our high temperatures then back at least into the lower 50s. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune 7-day forecast. 39 our overnight low temperature tonight. Still windy as we get to about midnight or so. And then as we get into the weekend, sunny and breezy for Saturday and 56. 51 our high temperature for Sunday with cooler temperatures out there. We'll stay cool on Monday at 52, but talk about cool temperatures. Look at Tuesday. Sunshine and cooler with 46 our high temperature, 28 our overnight low, 49 then on Wednesday. And as we get into Thursday, slightly warmer with sunshine, high temperature then around 52 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Friday to you. The Wenatchee Panthers got back on the winning track in Big Nine soccer last night, downing West Valley 2-0. The win helped Wenatchee improve to 8-3 on the season in conference play, a half game behind first place Eastmont. Haley Stegman broke the scoreless tie within the 30th minute to give Wenatchee a 1-0 lead at half. Maddie Smith provided the game's other goal. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wisen had the call here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Trying again is Clark. Top of the box. Dooley. Right-footed shot. Goal, 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 goal! We were just talking about it, Matt Wisen, and Wenatchee seemed to have heard us.
Yeah, a little more patience there. Definitely paid some dividends, and they were peppering the ball around, looking for that shot. Great finish to keep that ball on the floor.
The clearing doesn't quite work. Here comes Wenatchee. Maddie Smith shot across, and it dances in front of the mouth of the goal. From the right side now, there's Smith, left-footed shot. Goal, 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 goal! Maddie Smith makes it 2-0 Wenatchee. Did you see the calmness with which she took that shot, Matt Wisen?
Yeah, she just like she's done that a few times before, hasn't she?
Absolutely. Right-footed shot by, my goodness! How did that stay out? And the header, the second try, and the stop by, my word, by Roberts. Maddie Smith on the shot across instead. No, goes into the, oh my goodness, almost went in. Flag is up. Trying again is Murphy. Ball goes out of bounds. And there is the final whistle that tells us that Wenatchee takes this one over the West Valley Yakima Rams by a score of 2-0.
My rule is I'll never take my eye off the ball, no matter what. Sometimes I do go in and out when it's like for the first half of the game, the ball was more towards the far end of the field, but still watching and still giving like cues and like, hey, like follow up and keep staying engaged in the game is how I stay focused. And so, yeah, just keeping attention and everything, yeah.
Now, what did Coach tell you at halftime? Because first half and second half were almost like night and day for the team.
Yeah. Well, it's weird. A lot of the time it's like a warm-up first half, and we end up kind of playing a lot better in our second half and with higher intensity, and that's just how it always is for some reason. We try to come out hard, and sometimes we do come out hard in the first half. I think we played all right the first half of this game, but we always come out harder in the second half, and so he's always encouraging that behavior.
How important was it that you walk away here with a win after the Moses Lake game?
Very, very important. We really needed a win. We were hoping to get 3 max score, but we'll walk away with 2-0 just fine.
You can watch the game in its entirety tomorrow at 1 o'clock here on the NCWLIFE channel. Also last night in soccer, as we checked the Les Schwab scoreboard, Quincy edged Toppenish 3-2. Ephrata beat Prosser 3-1. Cashmere had no trouble with Chelan, winning it 7-1. And Tonasca down Bridgeport 5-1. Wenatchee was able to take game 1 last night, or 1 game from West Valley, which is a rare thing. But the Rams came out on top 3-1. Moses Lake won a close match with Sunnyside 3-2. We're talking volleyball here. Eastmont swept Davis on senior night for the Wildcats 3-0. Quincy shut out East Valley. Sela got by Ephrata 3-1, and Chelan blanked Cashmere. Coming up on the schedule today, high school football takes center stage in the Big Nine. The game of the week has Wenatchee hosting Sunnyside at Leiboftel Field of the Apple Bowl. Homecoming for the Wenatchee Panthers as they try to maintain their position atop the Big Nine standings. We'll have the game live here on the NCWLIFE channel with Grant Olson and yours truly. Our pregame begins at 6:45. We'll feature an interview with the player and Coach Scott Devereaux. He says a focus tonight will be on limiting Sunnyside's big plays by sophomore quarterback Logan Rodriguez.
Yeah, he throws the ball to some playmakers. They don't make him read any defense. It's slants and goes and quick screens, and he gets the ball out quick, and he's got some guys who can really fly once they get it in their hands. So, for us defensively, we're going to try and eliminate those short passes, and if he does complete them, we need to make tackles.
They got a lot of big plays. That seems to be a lot of their offense is find Rivera and find a big play along the sideline, something like that. How do you prevent those big plays from happening?
Well, it's tough because they get the ball out so quick, So I think we got to mix the coverages up a little bit, keep them thinking a little bit, and also get some pressure on them. We think we can get some pressure on most teams that we've played this year. We got some tall defensive ends, and we've been working this week on getting your hands up to try and eliminate some of those slant passes and things they do really quick.
Our pregame player interview is with senior linebacker Ty Waterman. Ty's the son of Eastmont Athletic Director Russ Waterman, which makes for interesting tactics and motivation at home.
Probably the biggest thing that my dad and I, moment we ever shared where it really drove me was when we lost last year, and I get home and I'm sitting there in the kitchen, and the trophy's just sitting there on the table, and I'm just like, man, it's just that's just motivation to go get it and go get after it again. So
I know you guys don't look ahead, but things being where they are, again, that game could come down to deciding a heck of a lot here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's hard not to look at the schedule and if this happens and that, and this and that, and this and that. But the main goal is to win out. If we win out, we win it all. So it's just our only mindset right now.
Wenatchee Sunnyside live here on the NCWLIFE channel coming up at 7. Also tonight, Eastmont trying to get back on the winning track at Zeffel Stadium against Eisenhower. Wildcat coach Michael Don says they've tried to lessen the mental load on the defense this week.
Simplify. I think we try to do a little too much. We try to game plan around them as opposed to doing what we do really well and focusing on what we do. And, we're going to get back to just doing what we do every week and get back to the basics of how we got here. Not too worried about guys, overlooking things. And, we just got to go back to playing football and playing fast. I thought we played a little slow, and they were talented. They got after it, and they took advantage of some of our young guys. We had some guys got exploited a little bit, and we'll just keep working with them and get better.
Junior running back Austin Popoff says the team doesn't dwell on the past much, but would rather focus on what's right in front of them.
After the game on Saturday, we have our film, and that's normally when we get the good yelling at and make sure everything is going right for next week. And after Saturday, it's over. We don't talk about it anymore, and we're done with that game. And it's all about preparing for next week. They're pretty good. Got some good linebackers, big linebackers. They play a lot of guys both ways, so we're going to work on running, going fast, and just kind of tire them out so we can see if we can get the dub this week. No, we're just focused on every week. This week we got Ike. Week 10 we'll have Wenatchee. We're not worried about them yet.
Eastmont, Ike, 7 o'clock. Moses Lake still looking for its first one of the season on the road at Southridge tonight. Also in the CTL, Kashmir steps out of league play. They'll be at College Place. Cascade is up in Okanagan, while Chelan hosts first place Omak. In the CWAC tonight, Ephrata plays at East Valley of Yakima, while Quincy's on the road at Ellensburg. And in the Bees tonight, Manson at Lynn. Brewster at Tri-Cities Prep. Waterville Mansfield plays at Pateras. If you want more sports, head to our website. That's Sports News. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And finally tonight, let's find out what's happening around the Valley for you to enjoy this weekend. Here's NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. Friends of the East Wenatchee Library annual book sale takes place this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. and this Sunday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Wenatchee Valley Mall. There will be hardcover books, paperbacks, children's books, CDs, DVDs, and VHS tapes to purchase for great low prices. All proceeds go to support the Children's Summer Reading Program at the East Wenatchee Library. The Leavenworth Winter Sports Club Gear Swap is this Sunday from 10 a.m. to noon in the Leavenworth Fest Hall. This is a great event to sell your unused equipment that has been collecting dust and to find new equipment you can use. You can swap or purchase ski and human-powered gear, watch ski flicks, enjoy music, and socialize. And finally, Wenatchee First United Methodist Church presents the 3rd annual Fall Harvest Festival this Sunday from 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. There will be pumpkin painting, a cupcake walk, fishing pond, pumpkin toss, photo wall, trunk or treat, and more fun activities. A free hot dog lunch is offered to all who come. This is a free event and open to the public. For more information on this weekend's events and others, visit the community calendar at ncwlife.com.
Let's check in now with Dan Kuntz with a look at what's coming up Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and we're inviting you to join us right back here Monday morning at 7 a.m. as we kick off another week. We'll have highlights for the Wenatchee Sunnyside football game that's taking place tonight at Leibofta Field of the Apple Bowl, and we will continue our week-long series of interviews with the candidates running for public office leading up to the November 5th general election, plus your weather forecast and everything else you're used to live in this studio, 7 o'clock Monday morning. Have a great weekend. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.
The NCWLIFE channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's Learn, Guada TV, Street Talk and Other Stuff, the 12th District, Life with Lisa, and the Arbiter of Stoke. NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCWLIFE, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.